So then I'll go back with another video. I'm Strange Wing. You're a Let's get on brass tacks. I gave Freaky 8.3 out of 10 wings.
Why? 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 Why?
Because the film was exactly what I needed to be. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It wasn't perfect, nor did it need to be perfect. It got its point across very well. But there's a few things that I didn't like about the movie, which is why I got an 8.3, obviously. So let's get down to it. This film was directed by Chris Landon, and the directing is decent, solid, mediocre. But why is it that? Because I've seen these scenes before. I've seen it in Friday the 13th movies. I've seen it in Halloween movies. I've seen it in Freddy Krueger movies. These scenes have already been done, so it's like a cheat code for directing that Chris Landon has. So when I've seen these scenes,
A lot.
they're not as tense or as impactful.
Oh, you're right.
A lot of tropes in this movie as well that honestly made the film feel tiresome. Like halfway through it, I needed a pillow and a blanket because I was just so tired of these tropes. There's too many tropes, and that just comes down to the writing, because the overall story is incredible. You get a serial killer in a girl's body. They swap bodies. It's like, wow, that's fun. I've seen it in The Hot Chick, but that execution was
Hot garbage. Still trash.
this film, on the other hand, it executed it perfectly. No pun intended, because that would just be lame. So with all these tropes and everything, it was just like, man, we don't need it to be this long. We know where the film's going. It's predictable. You've been somewhere 100,000 times. You know a shortcut of how to get there. And this film didn't use any shortcuts. It felt overly long. The story, like I said, was predictable. So since we've been here so many times, you could have took a shortcut instead of dragging us through this movie, because that's what it ended up being. It felt dragging, and every time a new trope happened, I was like, ah. And that just comes down to the writing of the film. It could have been stronger. You could have cut a lot of stuff out of this movie, especially when it comes to tropes, because one big trope that I hate is the stupid investment trope, the you're a buffoon trope, I like to call it. And that is when a character's so stupid, they're making bad decisions. You're sitting there, you're like, oh my God.
You're a buffoon.
And that character ends up dying, and you're just like, fucking told you so. And then you start burying the film because you feel smarter than the film, and then you just lose interest, even though you were invested for that scene. It's cheap. I don't like it. And there's a few scenes like that with some characters, and I thought was very unnecessary. But enough of me shitting on the film. This film is fun. Like I said, it's very, very fun. And the acting is strong. This is the strongest part of this movie. It's very good. The acting is so strong in this movie. It's like 1980s wrestler strong. Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn, they play these roles perfectly. That's where the humor comes from, really, is these two characters not acting like how they're supposed to act, you know? So without their performances, this movie does get an 8.3. It doesn't get a whatever it is on Rotten Tomatoes. These performances carry this movie on its back. So to these two actors, Newton and Vaughn, you did a fucking excellent job. You guys killed it.
Whack.
Although the cast members, they did very good as well. They played their roles. They did what they needed to do to get the job done, to get the point across. And that's basically what this film comes down to. The point gets across. But back to the acting. Alan Ruck's in this film from Ferris Bueller's Day Off fame. Man, Alan Ruck.
That boy's good.
There's a lot of love in this movie. There's a lot to roll your eyes at in this movie as well. If you're not a horror fan like me, because I get scared watching Scooby-Doo.
You're a pussy.
I don't love the horror genre as much as everyone else, so the opinions may differ, and that just comes down to an audience thing. If you're a horror lover, you're going to love this. If you're not as much like me, you'll be like, oh, I had fun with it. Not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's still a very good movie, and it has a very strong ending. And the ending to this film, I was very impressed by it, because it's honestly probably the best slasher ending I've ever seen. I thought the movie was too long, and when this scene hit, I was like, oh, they're tacking on another 10 minutes. But no, they make sure that it's nipped in the bud, and the character goes over strong, and you have that character arc, and it's really cemented in that last scene. So I really enjoyed that, and it just was a nice bow on the film. And one of the reasons why I gave it an 8.3, one reason why I gave it an 8.3 out of 10 wings was because it used the word meager. That's one of Strange Wings' favorite words. But with that being said, I'm going to have a meager review and end it. So if you like what you saw, check out more videos. We got top 5 body swap videos in the corner somewhere. That's dope. We did it because of this movie. Also, share the video, comment what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video. If you haven't shared it already, do it. And subscribe.